Welcome back to the channel, guys. Here we are, final part and review of The Devil in Moi. And what a series it's been. What a game so far. There's a few gripes I've got with it, which I will be sharing at the end during the review. Goes without saying, this is going to contain huge spoilers. So if you haven't played the game yet, and you haven't seen the prior parts of this playthrough, make sure you complete the game, or you go and check out the prior parts that we've already done in the playlist, which is now live on the channel. Lots of thoughts, lots of predictions. We're going to be discussing spoilers. There's going to be a lot of topics talking about the game throughout, so you have been warned. If you are brand new to the channel, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. Feel free to subscribe as well if you're brand new, and don't forget to smash the quasi icon to be notified as and when any future content drops. Okay, let's do it. We are at the lighthouse. Stuff is getting mental.
I've worked with Charlie for a long time. He's a selfish control freak who'd fuck any of us over if he had to, but he's not a murderer.
I know what I heard.
I believe you, but maybe that's what you were supposed to hear. Look, I'll watch him. Promise. You'll be fucking mad.
Oh yeah, remember this. What fun awaits.
Let's figure out how to get this thing working.
For the dark side. Let me see what we got. Mr. Killer is also still alive, believe it or not. He has survived many a things. He's been a little bit of a pain in the ass, and it's been, they've put him down as Mr. Dumet. I don't think it's Mr. Dumet. I think we're about to find out that this guy is actually FBI Agent Monday. I think this is who this current killer is. I think there's been a copycat of killers. I also think there's more than one killer, but I may be wrong. I just hope that somehow it links into the curator. That's something I'm really chomping at the bit for in terms of theory, is that we see some action alongside it being the curator. I'd love that. This reminds me of Visage. It's horrible. Horrible. I don't really want to go in there. Got evidence. It's all FBI documents. Chicago PD.
At 0600 hours, I, Officer Frank Hooper, discovered that one or multiple individuals had gained unauthorized access to the evidence room at 1612 West State Street. Among the missing items were assets recovered from the apartment of former FBI agent Hector Monday, including books, clothes, notes, surgical tools, and dental equipment. We are currently running with the theory that this was the direct result of souvenir hunters looking for a piece of memorabilia from the case. End of report.
Very suspicious. Suspicious. Also, guys, just as a little bit of a heads up, I have received my very first starter kit for D&D. So if you want to see some of that on the channel, let me know. But I will be doing an unboxing video regardless, just so you can get a flavour of what's in there, because that's something I want to start getting involved in. I like board games generally, and I'm into fantasy, so I thought, why not combine the two? I've also heard they're going to be doing an Elden Ring board game. And yes, take all my money, because I will be playing that. I will be unboxing it, and I will be playing it. So, hell yes. 4 of 5. Where are we going to find the last one? If we're going to find the last one. Erin, do you fancy moving, or flashbang you? come in this way? JayNotion sense of direction kicking in once again. Yep, came in this way. One knob. Going back, we're going back. She's like, oh my god, stop flashing me. Dude, move. Get out the fucking way. Thank you. Just keep blinding him until he moves. Wait for the jump scare. There's another level. There's another level to this stuff. What's this? Key? Key to the boathouse. That's the way out of here. Jason Voorhees style.
Looks like there may be another boat on the island.
Hell yes. Let's get the hell out of here. Mark and Jennifer Edwards. Those were the ones from the beginning, right? The very first people. Do you reckon it? No, it wasn't his mum and dad, was it? But the current killer, it could be his mum and dad. Just saying. Could be possible. I still jumped. I still fucking
Give me a
jumped.
dog any day.
I knew it was coming and I still
It's a
jumped.
Stupid cat.
Fucking cat. Clarence. I thought I should write you with the news, as you haven't been to see me in 6 months. You have a son. I gave birth a few weeks ago. I need you back here. I can't do this alone. My parents are helping out, but they're both very old now. Come home, Clarence, please. Monday. So it's Clarence Monday is his name. And killing is his game. Making people into belts is what he likes to do. Going up again. Let's get this sucker. How tall is it? I suppose this is the lighthouse though. What you expect, right? Lighthouses in general are creepy. I remember visiting a couple when I was younger and I didn't like it. One, because of the height. Two, because it's just horror. It just lives and breathes horror. I'm not a fan. There's no power.
Come on.
I mean,
No way.
ooh, saucy. That is not my idea of fun. I would have to send someone else out to do that. Or I'd just give up and dive off the side. Either way.
Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Either way is fine. Right.
Tampering with the seal is a federal offense.
Don't think the police are anywhere to be found, so... Didn't see that coming. So this all should be now switched on, right? Got to shimmy back across. Wait for it to fall, get quick time. No? I thought we were going to get a bit of a quick time then. Also, where's the other two?
Ow!
Nice. But that's also going to attract Mr. Nice Guy.
Fuck yes! Woo!
Come on, Mark, you got this. That's going to be Mr. Killer saying, "Get the fuck out of my lighthouse, dude."
Hey, guys! Up here! Kate! Jamie! I'm here!
Open sesame.
What the hell is that smell? Jesus.
It's not Jesus. He used to wash.
There you are. I wasn't expecting. Are you early for a change?
Oh, is that his mum or something? There's an old lady in there. Kick her ass. I'm not condoning violence to old people. Or anybody for that matter. That looks disgusting. Could do with a little bit of fairy liquid. Oh no. Do not jump out at me. You fucker. What the hell? The boy who loved?
You're a selfish monster. Always have been.
What the hell?
What is this? Hey. Hey. Who are you?
Who are you? The lonely boy loved reading scary stories. Wow. He read scary stories all day and all night. Oh wow. I'm into this. He lived with his mother, but she was very strict. Stop reading that book. The boy was sick of being told what to do. It's not fair. The book gave him an idea. Revenge. The boy sneaked through the house. Sign me up for voice acting any day. He jumped and shouted and frightened his mother. He loved scary stories. Okay. That's fucked up.
Oh, Jesus.
Always right to your favorite page. Predictable little shit. I know you.
Jesus. So I reckon he's killed people and then he kind of regrets it because he makes them into animatronics. He's got voice recordings. That's the only thing I can think of why he's done this. I thought he was going to be stood there then. He can't be far away there. He cannot be far away. Up we go. We can go through that door. That's locked. There's nothing there, so I guess we're going through. There he is.
It's only you.
Thank God. Have you seen Mark?
He's all right. He's trying to get that bloody light going.
Mark?
That bloody light.
Please tell me you can hear me.
happened to him? They say he got zapped.
Mark. I thought I lost you.
You might still, yeah. Shit, there he is. Why didn't they all gang up on him? Do you know what I mean? There's like, what, 4 or 5, 6 of them? It's one of him. I get he might be armed, but pile on the bastard. Do you know what I mean? He's heavily outnumbered. You should all just kick the shit out of him. Get the hell out of here. Here he comes. See, he's got an axe now. Should have whipped his ass. Are coming. Just one guy, he's gonna get chopped up. A for effort there. At least they turned up. But he's about to get it. Britney Spears style.
What the hell?
You might want to get your gun out, mate.
Oh.
Hands where I can see them, all of you.
Oh shit.
He killed them.
No talking. I said hands where I can see them.
Shit.
Thank God you're here. You have to help us.
Until I know what's happening
Yeah, he's
here,
gonna think they did it.
no one moves.
Sir, behind you. The boat.
Seriously, lady?
Did try telling you. Oh shit. Oh. Look at that. Someone grab the gun. Yeah, come on.
Let's go.
Grab the gun for fuck's sake.
Get his gun.
No. He's got that at least, whatever it is. Spray? Pepper spray? Oh my god.
This way.
I think this is the final stretch, ladies and gents.
This should work.
Let's hope we can save everybody. So far, so good.
Oh, it's not working. Starter cord. There.
Give it a tug. What she said.
Work, damn it.
Oh no, the dog.
Hey, Connie. Good to see you, boy. Come on.
Come on.
Get the dog off. Yeah, nice work. But he is coming. They are coming.
Just work.
Fuck, there he is.
Go!
If he starts like doing Jason Voorhees under the water, not having it. It's not over. There's no way it's over. Not a chance. Vince McMahon. ATO's gone back to Erin. It's not finished. It's not over.
We did it.
Barely. I'll take it.
We have to call the police.
Aim for the lights.
It's not happening. It is not happening.
You know, I've just had a great idea for series 2.
All that's missing is a big final twist. Good luck finding a host for that bullshit. I'm out.
I'm just glad I'm in one piece.
No way. She fell overboard.
Hang on!
Go on. Oh no, not the dog. No, Charlie's in. They're falling in the water. Nice. Go on, Jamie. Attack his ass. Fuck him. No! No, I didn't get a chance to press the screwdriver. No, 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 no. I am not having that. I think it's gonna... Oh, shit. No. It's gonna load me straight in at the thing. Please. I think she's dead. I was too late. I tried pressing the... Oh no. I was too late with the damn screwdriver. I didn't see it pop up. Who was it? Who was it? Oh. Fucking piece of shit. Oh, I can't believe Jamie's dead. Is she gonna do anything or? Ah, I didn't hear the little prompt.
No!
Didn't see the little prompt in the corner at the bottom. I heard it, but I was waiting for like a point and aim sort of thing. Yes. Nice. Good work. Shame we couldn't save them all though. Just by a split second, they missed it. Poor Jamie. She died the hero though. She saved everybody pretty much throughout the whole game. Oh damn.
If that song doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. We have a non-stop block of your favorite classic rock after this break.
No damn commercials. Oh, shoot. Shit!
I looked up, and there they were just in the middle of the flippin' road, waving their hands and arms like a bunch of crazies.
And where you coming in from?
Fort Wayne. Been driving since 3 a.m.
Early start.
Poor
Well,
Jamie.
I'm trying to get into the port.
Oh, guys, I was that close. I was
Probably not
that
gonna
close.
make that
Got the
now.
dog there.
I'd say likely not.
You know what? I think I'm gonna see about that studio in Brooklyn. See if I can make it work. After this,
You've got time. I'm going to go
start
back
know if it feels like a good idea.
to that
Yeah.
chapter and change
Just-
my decision. So save them all.
Promise me you'll tell me how it goes.
Only if you promise to keep giving me unsolicited advice.
Count on it.
If it's not too long, I could also go back and kill them all and see what that ending's like. Get some 3 endings going. We've got time. Poor Erin. Oh, damn.
Need a smoke, buddy?
Yeah. Actually, you know what?
Gonna give up.
I'm trying to quit.
At least we got the dog out. I'm also gonna get... Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to the chapter. We'll do the review after the credits. And if it goes back to the boathouse, we'll replay, we'll save them all, we'll replay again, we'll murder them all, and we'll see which ending we like the best. Are we going to find out who the killer is? I'm convinced it's this guy. He's linked. You watch. Doesn't know who he is. I've just clicked. He doesn't know who he wants to be. He's going for different names.
Oh, you're here. All good things must come to an end, but how good was the end for our crew? Most of them survived, but sadly, there was someone who didn't. So, rest in peace. Jamie should have jumped rather than trying to fight. But she had bad advice, didn't she? And then things got messy.
Well, I could have done it. I just
Very
had to select the
messy
screwdriver.
indeed. What about those who survived? Has the experience changed them? Kate had a secret. She was traumatized by something that happened a long time ago. But she faced the thing she was most afraid of in the whole world and survived. Mark had to stop waiting for people to tell him what to do. He had to make his own way in the world. Erin showed everyone that though she might be easily spooked, she found immense courage when she needed it the most.
Bittersweet ending.
And Charlie finally understood
Jamie
that
did die like a
leadership
professional
is
there.
more than
She was
ordering
great.
the team around. He had to treat them as equals and let them take the lead when the time was right. I'll tackle the paperwork in the morning. Can you find your own way out? It was, as always, enlightening. I have no doubt we'll meet again in the future. Farewell.
What the fuck? No. Fuck it up. It's like the
The chain
Terminator.
of events are still unclear at this point in time. What we can confirm is that a little after 7:30, a truck driver was flagged down to render aid. The police were called and quickly arrived on scene. The survivors are part of a film crew, Lonnet Entertainment, the team behind the Architects of Murder docuseries.
Fuck, man.
It
I
seems
like
as
that
though
show.
they got a little too close to their subject material. And some of them, sadly, did not survive. Thankfully, their ordeal is now at an end.
Holy shit. Remember how my video went viral?
How could we forget? You bring it up every chance you get.
Just listen to this. I got enough views to win a competition.
What did you win?
An all-expense paid trip to an island resort for 5.
Now I'm interested.
Yeah, Mr. Dumet says they're gonna send a limo and
Oh
everything.
no.
This is gonna be so much fun.
Definitely doesn't look like that. There he is. Still going strong. Cool ending there, I like it. It is your typical horror ending, but I do like it. Delivered nicely.
Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me all
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this.
Oh, what is this I cannot see with icy hands taking hold of me? Oh, death, none can excel.
One thing that is consistent is that song. Different versions in each game. I did like it. I did like it. I don't think it was the best, but I did like it. I'm going to leave you with the credits, guys, and I'll be back at the end to do the review. We've got plenty of time for this video, so I will be doing the alternative endings. The one where we do save everybody, and the one where everybody dies. I'm basically going to fuck up all the QTEs in the last bit. But stay tuned, I will be back very shortly.
Death, won't you spare me over to another eve? I said, oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over to another eve? Now, death, if this is true, please give me time to reason with you. From time to time you heard and saw, so close your eyes and unlock your jaw. I'll lock your jaw so you can't talk. I'll fix your feet so you can't walk. And I'll dim your eyes so you can see this very hour. Now come with me. I said, oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over to another eve? I said, oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over to another eve? death, please give me time to fix my heart and change my mind. Your heart is fixed, your mind is brought. I'll have your shackles to drag you down. Too late to all farewell. My dawn is fixed, I'm summoned to hell. As long as God in heaven shall dwell, my poor soul shall burn in hell. I said, oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over to another eve? I said, oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over to another
This is Commander Stafford, the forward reconnaissance vessel Cassiopeia.
And we're back.
After successfully rendezvousing with a Charybdis marker, we
Going into
detach
space.
the booster ring and spurts are high as we make our final approach to Tau Ceti F. The ship has suffered a hull impact, but damage is minimal, and our technicians are restoring full functionality.
This is Thomas Carter. Something's wrong with Sims. She's trying to kill me. I think...
That would be interesting.
Our next transmission will be broadcast from orbit around humanity's future home. Stafford out.
Directive 8020. Season 2 premiere. Nice. Hope you enjoyed your stay. I did. I thought it was great. Food was a bit bland. Service was a bit shoddy, but comfy bed. Well, there we go. Ladies and gents, that is it done. So let's go into the review and then we'll go back and replay and get the ending we wanted and the ending where they all snuff it. So for me, this was quite a solid entry. I think it was not the best in the anthology, but it wasn't the worst either. For me, that mantle still goes to Man and Medan. I think it's the worst one out of the whole series. Didn't like the story. There were some fun moments, but I only had fun with it, I think, because I did it in co-op. If I was playing it solo, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much. I think the story was quite weak. The ending was weak. Characters weren't as great. Nothing was really memorable. And if you ask me what sort of happened in that game, I don't really recall that much, other than it was something to do with, spoilers if you haven't played it, a nerve gas. And that's pretty much it. I can't recall any defining moments, so for me it's at the bottom of the pile. I think moving up from that, Little Hope was a big improvement of Man and Medan. And this is the thing with these games, as they've gone on, they have got better. However, with this one, I think this one isn't as good as House of Ashes, and I'll go into why. I think it's better than Little Hope. So for me, it's second on the Dark Pictures anthology table. The Quarry was a separate game. It's not part of the Dark Pictures anthology, so we're just talking about those games. But I still think, again, The Quarry is a better game than this, and it's better than Little Hope, House of Ashes. The Quarry, for me, is up there with Until Dawn for me, and House of Ashes is a close third. But going back to this one, I think it's a big improvement on Little Hope. Little Hope sort of steered more towards strong horror elements, Silent Hill vibes. It was a creepy town, creepy village. There was witchcraft in there. I loved it. I just was super disappointed with the ending. It felt cheap to me. Felt like a cop-out. Felt like a write-off. And something that we've seen in other thriller and horror films done before, where it's kind of like a throwaway. And I was like, oh, come on, you could have ended it so well. But anyway, Little Hope was there. House of Ashes was, again, a massive improvement on the previous two games. Loads and loads of horror vibes. It reminds me of films like The Descent and The Cave, you know, underground movies where basically there's something lurking underground in a cave system somewhere, and it had that very strong paranormal vibe to it. There is sort of exorcist elements in there as well, because they talk about a demon that's from The Exorcist, and there's strong paranormal pulls to it. I absolutely loved it. Vampire bats, all that kind of stuff's in there as well. So that's probably why it's the top of the table, or at least one of the top of the table games for me in the anthology. The Devil in Me, the final installment. So let's talk about what I like first, because there's more what I like about this game than what I don't. As I said, it is a strong entry. I did enjoy it. This is just a solo perspective. I would imagine I would probably have a little bit more fun if I did it in co-op, which I am going to do. But I'm doing it on my experiences alone. So I think this one has a good story. It's one of those cookie cutter type horror stories. There's a serial killer. You have to escape the house. And there's some twists in there. There's sort of police corruption. There's hints around the serial killer being sort of schizophrenic or having a multiple personality. Can't really decide who he is. One minute he's okay, the next minute he's not. He's assigning himself different names. What I really, really liked about the story is that they hint that the curator is said killer, or at least the curator is on a level with the killer, because you see him at the end, he's crossing out all the names that he's given himself and what's part of the story, and he's kind of like twitching and feeling uncomfortable. He's looking around. He knows his time's up. He knows the story's over. And whatever that thing was that came knocking for him at the door, time, it could be death, who knows. He put on his hat and he's ready to move on to the next season. I don't think we've seen the end of the curator, but I would love if they hit home that the curator is the guy in each of these stories. It'd be a nice way to tie in the narration in between the games, and also the scenes we get with the curator where he's talking about his influence on the story. He sees everything. He is the narrator pretty much. He talks us through our decisions, and he's the one pulling the strings, essentially. It gives the impression that it's us that's in full control, but it's the curator, I'm telling you right now. And this game sort of hints at that, and I love that aspect. I love that twist. I was just hoping, I may have missed it, and it could well be in there, so let me know in the comments if I've missed it. I would just love to have seen something cemented that this guy is the current day killer. Even if he's the guy that picks up the mask, you see him with his hat on, he picks the mask up, carries on his merry way. But I think one way or another, the curator is directly linked to the murders. He is involved. He just has a sort of like a stronger attachment to this story than he does in the previous games. But also, again, you see him with the list, crossing out the names, and then he just knows that his time's up and he's been found out almost and he has to move on. So I really like that ending. The story as a whole is good. I think it's full of great jump scares, even the ones that are predictable when you see coming. I still shat myself. I still jumped out of my seat. Great use of audio throughout the game. I think, you know, the Supermassive games have really nailed atmospheric audio, horror, set pieces, and they know when it's right to put on sound effects, when it's right to put in the right moments, building up atmospheric sound. And even when it's not atmospheric sound and it's dead quiet, they know when to start creaking the door, start making the house make noises, just to build up that tension and anxiety, basically. I think they're really, really good at it. They've had some practice doing this in the other games, and I think it's only got better. Capcom are great at it as well, but I think Supermassive Games needs to have a little bit of a tip of the hat because of how well they've done with that aspect. So the audio is fantastic. Highly recommend you play with 3D audio headphones enabled, or a really good surround system that's got Dolby Atmos, so you can experience and absorb all the sound that has been intended for the game. You will shut yourself more and you will be on edge more, but it's worth it. It just absorbs you into the game a lot more than is already planned, basically. So audio is a big tick. The fall downs for me, when I heard about the game, it felt like we were going to get a little bit more of a broader experience. They said there's going to be item management, there's going to be traversal, and I thought, you know what, this is going to feel huge. The game still feels incredibly linear. It still feels that there's no optional paths, only really in the dialogue and how the characters pan out. But you're in a house, you have to go from A to B, you have to solve puzzles, and the item management system isn't as in-depth as I hoped it was going to be. I thought we were literally going to have an item box picking up things like healing items, using stuff that you could use in co-op, so like bandages if you get hit by the killer or something like that, keys, puzzle items, and sort of going a bit back and forth. I thought we were going to get a little bit more of a fleshed out experience based on what I read, but maybe I just got a little bit overhyped for it. Maybe I just got a little bit overexcited, and also just put it alongside games that I know do that really well, like Resident Evil, Visage, classic horror games that have that item management system. Didn't get that, and there was nowhere near it. It was literally, you pick up the odd item, the game prompts you when to use it, if it's an inhaler, if it's a key. The key is quite often within reach of the door, which is pretty weird, and there's not much back and forth at all, if any, so it's not as in-depth, guys, as you think it's going to be. So if you're buying the game thinking, yeah, there's going to be item management, I can climb, it's going to be broader, it's going to be bigger, it's not, and I did feel a little bit sold up the swanny on it, if I'm honest, but other than that, other gripes are there's huge clipping issues. Even now, I did start playing the game admittedly on release day, but still, there's been a couple of patches since, but there's still huge clipping issues. There's still issues with characters merging into the walls. There's still clunkiness with moving around certain areas. I don't like the traversal system, especially, again, I can't help it, I'm comparing this to other games like Uncharted, Tomb Raider, where the traversal, even A Plague Tale does it better than this, and it's not a traversal game really. It does it a lot better, and I think once you've played those games and you've had that experience, that is your benchmark, that is your measuring stick. So when a game says to you it's going to have traversal, you instantly think of games like that where it does it really, really well. Even the recent God of War did it a hell of a lot better. And I don't personally think it's needed. I don't mind the odd climbing, I don't mind the odd, going up the stairs and things like that, climbing up a ladder, but I think they tried to do a little bit too much with this one, and it didn't work for me. It felt awkward, the character animations were clunky, especially when they're going over the balance beams. Just some of the occasions where they're even running, it looks like they're holding in a back end issue and run into the toilet. It just looked very off, very awkward, and I don't think they quite got the animations right for those sorts of scenarios and interactions that we had during the game, unfortunately. So it was a bold effort. You have to give them an effort. They were trying to broaden the game a little bit, add another layer of immersion, try and give it something new, a bit of a flair to the other games, and I tip the hat to Supermassive for trying that, but I don't think it landed very well for me. On the whole, it was a bit naff, is what I'm gonna say. I haven't said that for a while. It's a bit naff. Didn't really like it, and it felt more clunky than it did useful, if you see what I mean. I felt like a lot of it was just added in for the sake of saying that it's a new feature. Other than that, it did nothing for me. I didn't think, oh, this feels great climbing this ladder, and this makes total sense that I'll have to climb it there. No, there's only a few scenes where I liked that aspect, where I had to move the puzzles and things like that. Even the puzzles themselves became quite repetitive. Fuse box puzzles I hated. Then you've got the one where all of a sudden there's a little cart or trolley conveniently in the room that you need to have it in. If not, it's in the adjacent room. You bring the trolley in, you climb up climb up over the wall, climb up the ladder, climb up to the high to reach place, circle around, drop down, find the key. It's the same sort of stuff, and I think it's a nice move. I think it's a nice gesture to incorporate traversal, but I don't think these sorts of games need it. I think it's fine as it is. I think the formula works. We didn't have it with Until Dawn. That's a fantastic game. Still probably my favourite out of this whole shebang. I know it's not part of the Dark Pictures anthology, but Until Dawn had very little to no traversal. Same with Little Hope. I enjoyed that game as a whole, hated the ending, but the game itself was great. And House of Ashes, again, little to no traversal, but I think some people will enjoy it, but for me I disliked it only because I had that measuring stick of other games where traversal is key, it does it well, and you can't help but compare it when you've had those experiences with other games. If you haven't played Tomb Raider, you haven't played Uncharted, you haven't played Horizon, God of War, you will probably look at it and go, do you know what, it's alright, it's not that bad. But for me, didn't like it. Also, I didn't feel as attached to the characters in this one. I think some of the other games deliver the characters a lot better. I know we had some famous names in some of the other games, but For me, I didn't really attach to anyone in this one. I didn't be like, oh my god, you know, so-and-so's died. The only one I was really gutted about was Jamie, because Jamie's been a hero throughout, and I really wanted her to survive. The one person I wanted to survive, I managed to kill at the end, and it was the only one that died, as channel luck would have it. But other than that, I couldn't really give a shit about the characters. I cared more about the dog. I was pleased that the dog got on the boat and got away, but other than that, I didn't really give a shit. Didn't care about Kate. Erin, I kind of felt sorry for. Charlie was a prick. Mark was just a bit of a worse. And I know they had their own sort of unique spin on the story. I know they brought their own traits, their own background, their own history, their own fears. And the game basically pushes them to the fear of their limits. So Mark had to get over his fear of heights. Erin had to get over a fear of darkness, close spaces, anxiety. Kate had to get over the trauma of a previous event and be brave and be bold, but also caring. And I get it, you know, they're all going through their own struggles. Charlie gave up smoking in the end, so they're all going through their own struggles and their own issues, but I think it could have been delivered better, and I didn't get much emotional attachment to the characters, unfortunately. I really tried to. I tried to give them a bit of a chance, but the only one I really sort of warmed to was Jamie, because she was bold, she was out there, she had a good attitude, she was a bit of a legend in the group, she saved multiple people, and she died a hero at the end. So it made sense for my story, and it made sense for me personally, because she was the only one really that I found any attachment to as a character whatsoever. But other than that, didn't really care. The curator is still, for me, a pinnacle point of these stories, and that's something that Supermassive Games have managed to carry through really, really well. So I can't wait to see what they do with the next game. But other than that, it is what it is. Not a solid entry by any means, but still worth a play. It's coming at £25, guys, on the store, and I think it is worth that price tag. It's a little bit longer than the other games, so the other games will normally clock you in at about 4.5, 5 hours at a push if you take your time. This one is more around 7 or 8. There is replay value. You can go back, change your decisions, try and find all the collectibles. There is replay value as well, so I do think it's worth the price tag. I just personally don't think it's the strongest one in the anthology. You don't have to play this one before, during, or after the other ones. What's really good about the anthology is you can play any of the games. They're not linked at all in any way, shape or form. They are individual stories. My favourite still is House of Ashes, and I think if I was to rank them, it'd be House of Ashes, this one, The Devil in Me, Little Hope, and Man of Medan. So it kind of goes backwards or forwards depending on how you're looking at it and how they were released. The only ones I would switch over is House of Ashes. I think the last entry is stronger than this one overall. I think the last one delivered on the voice acting, it delivered on the story, audio was great. I was interested in the characters, I was emotionally attached to the characters. Some of them I hated, but again, that's part of it. This one, I didn't hate anybody, I just think some people were annoying. Charlie was a good character, quite funny in places, and Jamie really, but the others I didn't really give a monkeys about. Killer was a bit creepy, had absolutely no dialogue, so that's something that we've seen in films like Halloween, you know, Friday the 13th. They went back to that old Saw-like silent killer sort of homage, and I liked it. It worked really well. Killer I had no issues with. It's a bit freaky with the whole mask thing, copycat, you know, but we didn't really get full closure on the story, which again is something that happens in some horror films. You don't get full closure. You come away thinking, so was that the guy that I thought it was? Did we get we didn't really get confirmation. It kind of left open to the imagination, which some people hate because there's no closure, but I personally like it if it's done in the right way, and I think they did that on the whole quite well. So for me, if I was to give this a rating out of 10, it's a solid 7. I was going to give it an 8, but I think I don't like the traversal. The item management system is piss poor. It's done so much better in other games, and I don't think you can sell it as an addition or an additional thing to say, look, we've done this, you're going to have more of that. It's so minute in this game that I don't think it's enough to say it's a key feature, if you see what I mean. They're hyping it up more than what it is, or I've just overhyped myself more than what they actually said we were going to get. So it's a bit disappointing on that front. Story was okay, but again, no real strong standout points for me. I liked the story. Jump scares were great, audio was great, characters were okay. Didn't like the traversal, didn't like the item management system either. That is why it's a 7. Still lots of clipping issues. Some of the animations look funky, even the facial animations, and for fuck's sake, how dark is this game? It was so dark, and even if you turn up the HDR settings and the brightness and adjust it all, it was still darker than a cat's ass. Some of the scenes I couldn't even see, even if you got the flashlight on, and it was all just dense, dark, and I get that was the point. It was supposed to build atmosphere, but I just got annoyed with it. I didn't feel that it was done in a good way. Games like Resident Evil, Visage, you know, even Tormented Souls do it really well with the aspect of the darkness. It works great. But for this, even Amnesia, you know, there's loads of them that do it really well. It didn't work well for me. It just annoyed me. I just couldn't see anything. But great on the jump scares and some other good pros to it as well. It is worth a playthrough, guys. I'm not completely shitting on the game. I just think House of Ashes, Until Dawn, and The Quarry are better. So if you're looking to pick up one that you're really, really going to enjoy, I would recommend The Quarry, Until Dawn, and House of Ashes if you want to do a Dark Pictures anthology one. Again, you don't have to play them in order, but for me, this is top mid of the table. Not the best, not the worst, but I enjoyed it as a whole. But let me know in the comments what you think of the game, guys. What did you think of the ending? Let me know. And that is the review closed and done. 7 out of 10 from Mr. JayNotion. And we're going to go back now and save everybody. Hopefully, if it allows us to do it. If not, the video will end very quickly. So we're at the lake. Let's go to... There's quite a lot of scenes when you look at it. Homestead, Lighthouse, Reunion. So I'm going to go to Reunion. I don't know where this is going to bring us in. But thank you so much for joining me. If you are staying tuned, if you are going to bounce out now, thank you for watching the review and the playthrough. I will see you in the next video.
Hey, guys, up here. Kate, Jamie, I'm here.
I don't remember seeing that, do you? Maybe I blinked or fell asleep. There she is, my main woman. Right.
What the hell is that smell? Jesus.
So it's a bit annoying. We've got to do this bit again.
There you are. I wasn't expecting. Are you early for a change?
I don't want to go too far forward, only because... Why isn't the light coming on? See, another issue. Can't turn it on.
You're a selfish monster.
I did think I was going to get grabbed there.
What the fuck is this? Hey! Who are you?
Who are you? There we go. Not worried too much about the collectibles. We should just run through, really.
Always right for your favorite page. Predictable little shit. I know you.
I know you. Still no light? Cool. Do you see what I mean by how dark it is? There's...
Oh, thank God. It's only you.
Thank God. Have you seen Mark?
He's all right. He's trying to get that bloody light going.
Mark? Please tell me you can hear me.
Right, remember, screwdriver. Screwdriver save. And then what we can do is go back to the lake on the next ending and get everyone killed. There he is. Somebody feed me. Feed me, Seymour. Oh, damn. Probably won't platinum this one, guys, but not that arsed. You will at least get to see all three endings, or the main endings at least. Some survive, all die. It's Mr. Policeman. So when we do the chapter select after this ending, we could go to the lake. And it should take us to this bit, I would imagine. And all we need to do is follow the quick times. That should get everybody killed. Probably just get some sort of news report ending. But we shall see.
What the hell? Oh. Hands where I can see them, all of you!
Oh, damn.
He killed them.
No talking! I said, hands where I can see them.
Thank God you're here. You have to help us.
Until I know what's happening here, no one moves.
We didn't kill anyone, but we know who did.
You'll have a chance to tell your story.
I didn't realise either, he actually froze a Molotov. I wondered how the boat caught fire, but if you pay close attention, he lobs it in the background. Choppy, choppy.
Christ!
Juicy. Grab the gun.
There, let's go.
Get his gun!
Right, this is the one. This is the one.
Come on. This way. This should work.
Oh, it's not working.
This should work. It's not working.
There.
Got to bump it up, but you know I'll bump it up.
Work, damn it!
Hey, Connie.
At least we got the dodge, and I mean that's the main thing.
Come on. Just work.
Shit. Yeah.
No!
He is literally like Jason Voorhees. He can move underwater. He doesn't die. Ready for quick time.
We did it.
Barely. I'll take it.
We have to call the police.
Aim for the lights. You know, I've just had a great idea for series 2.
All that's missing is a big final twist. Good luck finding a host for that bullshit. I'm out.
I'm just glad I'm in one piece.
Not happening. Today, sucker.
Hang on!
So basically, if you end up in the water, you're alright. Yeah. Yes. Then she jumps in. So it is a guy with like a egg nest. His face. Pepper spray, pepper spray. But yeah, he still survives. Again, unless there's multiple ones. Ta-ta. I nearly didn't press that. I was just like casually watching it. Nice. Everybody is alive.
If that song doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. We have a non-stop block of your favorite classic rock after this break.
No damn commercials. Oh, shoot. Shit! And I looked up, and there they were just in the middle of the flipping road, waving their hands and arms like a bunch.
Surviving crew managed to reach the safety of the mainland.
Yes.
Where are you coming in from?
Fort Wayne. Been driving since 3 a.m.
I'm sorry, where's the dog?
Well, I was trying to get into the port by 8.
There he is.
Probably not going to
Cheers.
make that now, am I?
I'd say likely not.
That's good going.
You know what? I think I'm gonna see about that studio in Brooklyn. See if I can make it work.
So that's the same.
After this, start to know if it feels like a good idea.
Yeah. Just Promise me you'll tell me how it goes.
Only if you promise to keep giving me unsolicited advice.
I do what I will.
Count on it.
So, probably not the right time to ask this, but
Oh God, what?
are we are we a thing?
Dude, trauma bonding is legit hot. Fuck yes, we're a thing.
Nice. The ending we all wanted.
Hey, I think you dropped this when you were running for your life back there.
Lip balm. Hang on, what's this? Jamie gave Erin her chapstick back when they reached the mainland. The fuck? Always useful.
Need a smoke, buddy?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm trying to quit.
I wonder what we'll get when they're all dead. Probably none of this. It'll just skip to the news thing. Maybe it goes all unnoticed. See what this dude's got to say. See if you guys can clock what this whole knocking on the door thing is. Henry Howard Holmes, Monday. Bradford to Matt. See, he doesn't look very happy, does he?
Oh, you're here. All good things must come to an end, but how good was the end for our crew?
Very good, very nice.
Hats off for keeping all of them alive. That's so rewarding for you.
There you go, see?
As the experience changed them. Kate had a secret. She was traumatized by something that happened a long time ago, but she faced the thing she was most
Slightly
afraid
different
of in
dialogue.
the whole world and survived. Jamie learned that she had to trust other people and work with them, and to care for them. Mark had to stop waiting for people to tell him what to do. He had to make his own way in the world. Erin showed everyone that though she might be easily spooked, she found immense courage when she needed it the most.
Mm-hmm.
And it took courage to act on the feelings she had for Jamie.
Jimmy.
And Charlie finally understood that leadership is more than ordering the team around. He had to treat them as equals and let them take the lead when the time was right. I'll tackle the paperwork in the morning. Can you find your own way out? It was, as always, enlightening. I have no doubt we'll meet again in the future.
get it in the future as well. I'm interested to see the space one in the future, as in the actual future and space future. I like it. Double meaning. Yeah, picks the mask up. Classic.
The chain of events are still unclear at this point in time. What we can confirm is that a little after 7:30, a truck driver was flagged down to render aid. The police were called and quickly arrived on scene. The injured are part of a film crew, Lonnet Entertainment, the team behind the Architects of Murder docuseries.
Fuck, man.
It seems
I
as
liked
though
that
they
show.
got a little too close to their subject material. Thankfully for them, the nightmare is finally over.
Holy shit. Remember how my video went viral?
How could we forget? You bring
Can we skip
up
this?
every chance
No.
you get.
Just listen to this.
Maybe because we've
I
seen
got
this on the
enough
main
views to
ending.
win a competition.
What did you win?
An all-expense paid trip to an island resort for 5.
Now I'm interested.
Yeah, Mr. Dumet says they're gonna send a limo and everything. This is gonna be so much fun.
So what made... Is the killer, like, mantle being passed down? Like in Saw? Or is it the same guy? Obviously the main killer, the original killer, H. Holmes, is dead, kaput. But is it the curator coming up with different personas? Because remember, there's loads of dialogue in this that says the killer can't make up his mind of who he wants to be. Very interesting. Oh, damn.
Won't you spare me over to another year? Oh, what is this I cannot see with icy hands taking hold of me? Oh, death and death, none can excel.
Not long to The Witcher either, guys. I just thought 14th. Definitely be doing an opening stream on that. But if you want to see multiple Witcher streams or content, let me know. We can make it happen. Right, I'll be back. I'll let this play out. We've already seen it, but I'll skip when I can, and I'll be back. Stay tuned, but that's the happy ending done.
Won't you spare me over to another year? I said, oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over to another year? Now, death, if this is true, please give me time to reason with you. From time to time you heard and saw, so close your eyes and unlock your jaw. I'll lock your jaw so you can talk. I'll fix your feet so you can walk. And I'll dim your eyes so you can see this very hour. Now come with me. I said, oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over to another year? I said, oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over to another year? Now, death, please give me time to fix my heart and change my mind. Your heart is fixed, your mind is brought. I'll have your shackles to drag you down. Too late to all farewell. My dawn is fixed, I'm summoned to hell. As long as God in heaven shall dwell, my poor soul shall burn in hell. I said, oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over to another eve? I said, oh, death, oh, death, won't you spare me over to another
There we go. That's our happy ending. Sorry guys, I got distracted. Checking emails and shit. But let's have a look and kill everybody. So if I do continue, what the fuck? Takes us to that bit. It's a bit odd. Right. Play alone. We're going to do scene selection. Then we're going to go from the lake. See where it takes us. Ah, nice. Now we just have to make sure everybody dies. Kill them all. Kill them all.
What the hell? Oh.
Hands where I can see them, all of you!
Fuck off.
He killed them.
No talking! I said, hands where I can see them!
Thank God you're here.
So what I'm going to do is fail
You
all the
have to
quick time
help us.
events
Until I know what's
and
happening
get
here,
butchered.
no one moves.
Say nothing.
Enough games.
Choppy choppy. What I've never understood throughout this whole game is why they all don't pile on the guy.
Let's go.
I know he's a little bit superhuman, but I'm gonna run.
Run!
Come on. This way. This should work.
This is gonna be brutal. It's gonna chop through everybody.
Starter cord. There.
Got to crank it up.
Hey, Connie. Good to see you, boy. Come on.
Come on. Just work. Go!
See like the Jaws music. Aaron Brockovich.
We did it.
Barely. I'll take it.
We have to call the police.
Aim for the lights.
Aim for the head.
You know, I've just had a great idea for series 2.
All that's missing is a big final twist. Good luck finding a host for that bullshit. I'm out.
I'm just glad I'm in one piece.
There's one. Bye, Aaron.
Hang on.
Oh. Jesus. Imagine going through the whole game and then everybody just dies at the end. Gonna fight his ass and not succeed. That is twisted. Two left. Oh, man. Oh. Ah, pull his throat out. That's fucked. Just Kate left.
Okay.
Goodbye, Kate. Oh. I think Mark had it the worst. Throat chop. got the throaty chop. Choppy choppy, stabby stabby. Nobody there. No police, nothing. Oh no, that's so sad. Dog just wandering around. That is definitely a boy. See his sausage swinging about. The dog was the lone survivor. No way. That's devastating. It's got to be one of the worst noises in the world is a dog whimpering. I hate it. Nasty. Well, that was a sad ending. Police didn't come. Nothing. Nobody knows about it. No news reporters. Let's see what this guy's got to say.
Oh, you're here. All good things must come to an end, but how good was the end for our crew? Let's not mince words. Everyone, but everyone, is dead. The only one who made it off the island alive was the dog. So, rest in peace.
Brilliant.
Kate. It's a final close-up and cut. It's a wrap.
Ooh.
Mark. Loyal to the final frame. There's some studio space going spare in Brooklyn, if anyone's interested.
That is
Charlie
brutal.
Lost his head at the end, didn't he? I mean, literally.
He's enjoying this too much.
Erin. Killed by an axe that really shouldn't have been left where a deranged killer might find it.
True.
And Jamie should have jumped rather than trying to fight. But she had bad advice, didn't she? And then things got messy. Very messy indeed.
You can't tell me he's not enjoying this and he's not linked to the murderer.
I'll tackle the paperwork in the morning. Can you find your own way out? It was, as always, enlightening. I have no doubt we'll meet again in the future.
In Spaceman. I wonder when the next season's going to drop. So this is the end of season 1, guys, of the Dark Pictures anthology. All the games are done now. But we are going to get a season 2. Just don't know when. I'd imagine it's going to be springtime next year, I don't know. Normally comes out every sort of 4 or 5 months each game. Next one is in space, which would be cool.
Earlier this evening, police have confirmed a case of 5 missing persons who appear to all be members of a film crew. Lonnet Entertainment, the team behind the Architects of Murder docuseries.
Fuck, man.
CCTV
I like that
footage
show.
can confirm that the crew were last seen loading into a limousine, which has been tracked to this shoreline. At 5 a.m., a police officer was called out to the area after reports of a sighting of flashes from the lighthouse situated on the island across the water. His whereabouts are still unknown. We will keep you updated on any significant developments in what police are describing as a
Her facial animations are really weird.
amid
She looks like an
growing
alien.
concern for the safety of the crew and the attending officer.
Holy shit. Remember how my video went viral?
How could we forget? You bring it
Well,
up
that
every
is it,
chance
guys.
you get.
I'm going to leave
listen
you
to this.
to it.
I got
We're just going to
enough
get the
views
trophy
to
pop now,
win
but
a
that's the
competition.
bad
What did you
ending where
win?
everybody dies. I thought it
I'll
was the most
extend
hilarious
free
out of
trip
all
to
the
an island
endings.
resort
Kind of sad
for
that you see the
5.
dog sort of
Now
stood
I'm
there
interested.
lost in the wilderness,
Mr.
but
Dumet says they're gonna send a limo and
that's
everything.
the everyone gets it
This
ending.
is gonna be so
But for
much
me,
fun.
my personal favourite is when everyone survives, especially because of Jamie. She's been the hero throughout the whole game for me. But I did like some of the death endings, the way that they got it, and also some of the commentary that the curator was coming out with was quite funny. But that is all 3 main endings done for you. The playthrough's done as well. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you again very soon for the next video. Stay tuned if you want to see the credits and you haven't seen my main ending. Other than that, I will see you very, very soon. Take care of yourselves, guys. Peace out.
Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over to another year? Oh, what is this I cannot see with icy hands taking hold of me? Oh, death and death none can excel. I open the doors to heaven and hell.